don't know why you are doing this.
Okay. Did we get back on? Is we back on?
Yeah, I mean, I paid it, and then they're telling me that it's. Oh my God, this is.
And so you got a free trial.
Huh?
And say you got a free trial.
That's what it said when you came on.
When it said thanks for joining your free trial or whatever.
I don't even know what it said. I'm moving so fast.
What is you doing, Tangela?
Okay, I'm trying to get I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you mind if I ask a question to him?
Yeah, you can.
Are you able to call and make an arrangement? Because even if they took the car, they can still, you could just make a payment.
Oh, you talking about my car?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me get back to that car. And girl, that's okay. This what I came up with.
You can't call and make a payment.
I haven't called to see what I could do. I just know what I do owe. But my son said, just get a car in my name, and the car note will be affordable. You should have got rid of that car because it was too high. It was too high when you lost your second income. I kept telling you to let the car go when you lost your second income. So now my son say, Saturday we go look for a car and put it in my name and get a lower car payment.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good option, but that's what he came in the room. He was like, just let that one go, get your credit back. And then when your credit come back, you can buy your car. And then you can give me my car back. But buy a car in my name. Let's see, can we get a car first in my name before you try to get that car back? And I had picked up a second job. So I was gonna catch up with it.
They're doing.
But it's a lot but it didn't give me time. Girl, it didn't give me time to do nothing. They was like, no, thank you. You go give it back. But you know what? So now I gotta try to get back and forth to work until Saturday, until we start looking for a car. That's my big problem.
It didn't work. I mean,
Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, look how big it is. I don't like it.
That dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got Thursday and Friday that you just have to get a ride.
Yeah, then my other job is Saturday and Sunday, but I can Sierra go make sure I get to that one. She will. She'll make sure I get to that one. But I don't want to put so much on them because they got their own lives. But then at the same time, hell, they put so much on me. So why should I not think about putting some on them? How about that?
Exactly.
Because, hey, I'm always turning over when they say come and do. Like, I don't have a life.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Hello, my name is Phoebe with Bank of America's Prepaid Claims Department located in Oklahoma. I must let you.
Precious.
What?
Yes.
Who she works for?
Bank of America.
Oh. Over for the claims department. I heard that part. So I'm just gonna sit with him tonight, and like she said, I'm gonna just God will tell me something. I guess he'll tell me what he gonna do. Maybe he got something better.
He will tell you, Miss Tangela, but you have to that scripture that says, "Seek the Lord while he may be found; call upon him while he is yet near." When we see Psalm 91, he's telling you, "Call me, and I'll be there with you. I'll talk to you." Okay, he said it. He said, "Call me, and I'll answer." But you have to dwell. That Psalm 91:1 is, "He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow." You're not abiding under the shadow because it's like you're there, but he says you're not coming into the secret place. You're just kind of like on the outskirts.
But guess what? I got to go to the secret place because I ain't got nobody but him.
Yeah.
And I need him to help. I need him to figure it all out because I'm out to figure it out.
So when my daughter wrecked my car, that was like the moment of, oh my God. But I caught buses and I caught Ubers. I had to do what I had to do until I got my car.
My job is too far from catching an Uber.
Yeah.
That's far. I just need to see what we can do for Saturday. If I can try to get a car Saturday, then
It's not if I'll see if I can. God, I thank you for the car that I'll get on Saturday. When you, this book right here, this right here, I promise you, I was like, let me just stop. This book is so deep.
I got my books tonight.
Brianna must have gave off. Something must have happened because she didn't get back on. Hold on. She couldn't get back on. Hold on.
I'm gonna start reading mine. I went and picked them up tonight.
Yeah, there's this
Hello? Hello?
Did she say she paid?
What's wrong with this?
Oh, here she is. There she is.
Hello?
She's coming. She's coming.
Yeah.
There she is. There. All right, hold on. I got to I want to read you this part, what he said. Okay. So he says the question that okay, well, let's get to it. All right, let's get it popping. Okay. So he says this is a question which has been asked through the ages and has been answered whenever it is asked. Yet you have not heard the answer or will not believe it. Okay, so Neil asked him, he says, does that mean I cannot ask for anything I want? Are you saying that praying for something actually pushes it away from us? Hold on, y'all. God, dog it. Okay, so he says, throughout this, he's telling him that there's oh, remember when I was telling you guys, when we think about Jesus and we put Jesus in this form, like he is this earthly being, and he's like, no, that is not who I am. Well, what happened to Tangela? Oh Lord, help us, Jesus. All right.
Hold on, she calling me. I guess she got disconnected. Give me 1 second.
Oh. Okay, so he said, he asked him, he said, why do some people take Christ, for example, seem to hear more of your communication than others? He said, because some people are willing to actually listen. They are willing to hear, and they are willing to remain open to the communication, even when it seems scary, crazy, or downright wrong.
Serena, it keep picking me and my mama off. I don't know what's wrong. She can't get on. At first, I couldn't get back on.
Well, you have to tell it. Okay, there she is. Tell, because they're working on my stuff. I don't know what is going on. Hold on. You can locate your account number by signing in the zone.
Okay, I got back on.
Okay, hold on. They're telling me, dear God, why is this so difficult? I don't understand. Like, oh, please. Ay, it. Ay, la ley, a la ley.
I don't know what my driver's license at. I need to be praying.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying.
Did all of us get connected back?
Yeah, we're all here now. I'm just trying to talk to these people. Okay, so there's this part where he says we should listen to God even when when what's being said seems wrong. He said, especially when it seems wrong. If you think you are right about everything, who needs to talk to God? I was like, oh my God. He says, go ahead and act on all that you know, but notice that you've been doing that since time began. And look at what shape the world is in. Clearly, you've missed something. Obviously, there's something in you, something you don't understand. That which you don't understand must seem right to you because right is a term you use to designate something and with which you agree. What you've missed will therefore appear at first be wrong. The only way to move forward on this is to ask yourself, what would happen if everything I thought was wrong was actually right? Every scientist knows about this. When what a scientist does not is not working, a scientist sets aside all of the assumptions and starts over. All great discoveries have been made from the willingness and ability to not be right, and that's what's needed here. You cannot know God until you stop telling yourself that you already know God. You cannot hear God until you stop thinking that you've already heard God. I cannot tell my truth until you stop telling me yours. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you my truth until you stop telling me yours. But my truth about God comes from you. Who said so? Others. What others? Leaders, ministers, rabbis, priests, books, the Bible, for heaven's sake. He said, those are not authoritative sources. They aren't? He said, no. He said, then what is? He said, listen to your feelings, listen to your highest thoughts, listen to your experience. Whenever any one of these differ from what you've been told by your teachers or read in books, forget the words. Words are the least reliable purveyor of truth. He said, there's so much that I want to say to you, so much I want to ask. I don't know where to begin. He said, for instance, why is it that you don't reveal yourself if there's really a God and you are it? Why don't you reveal yourself in the way that we can all understand? Thank you for waiting. I'm going to check your account. Found that you've been originally canceled due to non-payment. Also, there are still open invoices that need to be settled first. No, there is not. Kindly first open the invoice referring to the link. From there, you'll be able to, okay, I paid them. Okay. If it hold on, y'all, because now I'm gonna get at it. If it is for $17.27, I paid that. Okay, all right. Don't come for me. I don't like when people come for me. Okay, so he says, he said, I have done so over and over, and I'm doing so again right now. He said, no, I mean by method of revelation that is incontrovertible that cannot be denied. He said, such as appearing right now before my eyes. He said, I'm doing it right now. He said, where? He said, everywhere you look. He said, no, I mean in an incontrovertible way, in a way no man could deny. He said, what way would that be? He said, in what forms or shape would you have me appear? This is what God is telling this man. He said, what way would that be? In what shape or form? He said, in the form or shape that you actually have. He said that would be impossible. He said, for I have no form or shape you understand. He said, I could adopt a form or shape that you could understand, but then everyone would assume that what they have seen is the one and only form and shape of God, Jesus. Okay. He said, rather than that form or shape of God, of one of many, people believe I am what they see me as, rather than what they do not see. But I am the great unseen, not what I cause myself to be in a particular moment. In a sense, I am what I am not. It is from the I am notness. Then I come, and to do it always in return. That when I come in one particular form and another, a form in which I think people can understand me, people assign me to that form forever, Jesus. And I should come, he said, and should I come in any other form to any other people? The first say, I did not appear to the second because I did not look to the second as I did to the first, nor the same. So how could it be, could have been me? Boy, this book, I'm telling you, this book is deep. There are 3 invoices left unpaid. Again, I just paid them. I'm looking at it. Where's my phone? Where's your phone, Tarina? There it is. Yeah, they ain't gonna bother me.
They ain't gonna worry you.
Yeah, I just paid 57 minutes ago.
Wait, I need that. I need to soak.
Let me.
Is everybody still on?
Yeah, we're still here.
I'm here.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to give
Bree,
y'all.
you on? Bree. I don't know if she on.
Yes, Tangelo.
Is
Sorry.
Tina still on? I don't think she is.
Who, Tara?
I know Tara on.
Who, Quilla? Are you talking? Oh my God. What is with the I am so over y'all. Let me just
I
tell
am
you.
so exhausted. I've been sleeping all day. I ain't had time to work too much. I've been tired.
You've been tired.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired.
Now they want to give me the thing. Oof. Ooh. I know I paid that. How you want to tell me? You have one invoice outstanding. Your mama. I know I'm saved. I'm sorry, y'all. I do cuss a lot. I'm like a Peter.
Peter cussed a lot.
Yeah, Peter was the cussing prophet. I mean, not he wasn't the cussing one, but he cussed.
Mm.
What is going on with my phone? Okay, let's just stop the process here. Restart it. All right. Anywho, so all right. So then I want to read this part. So he says, he said, but if you did something that would evidence the truth of who you are beyond doubt or question, he said, there are still those who would say it is of the devil or simply someone's imagination. He said, or any cause other than me. If I revealed myself as God Almighty, King of heaven and earth, and moved mountains to prove it, there are those who would say it must have been Satan. Must have been Satan that did that. That caused that whole kerfuffle earlier today. It was Satan. No, it wasn't. So then he says, as such is as it should be, for God does not reveal God's self to God's self from or through outward observation, but through inward experience. What we experienced was God telling us, hey, be present with me. Okay. And if outward, and when inward experience has revealed God's self, outward observation is not necessary. And if outward observation is necessary, inward experience is not possible. If then revelation is requested, it cannot be had, for the act of asking is a statement that is not there. There's nothing of God, there's that nothing of God is now being revealed. Such a statement produces the experience. For your thought about something is creative and your word is productive, and your thought and your word together are magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. Say it again, Tarina. Okay. For your thought about something is creative and your word is productive. And your thought and your word together are magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. I'm going to say it again. For your thought about something is creative and your word is productive. And your thought and your word together magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. Therefore, you shall experience that God is not now revealed. For if God were, you would not ask God to be. He said, does that mean I cannot ask for anything I want? Are you saying that praying for something actually pushes it away from me? He said, this is a question which has been asked through the ages and has been answered whenever it has been asked. Yet you have not heard the answer or will not believe it. This question is answered again in today's terms and today's language thusly. You will not have that for which you ask, nor can you have anything you want. This is because your very request is a statement of lack, and you're saying you want the thing only works to produce that precise experience, wanting in reality. The correct prayer is therefore never a prayer of supplication, but a prayer of gratitude. When you thank God in advance for that which you have chose to experience in your reality, you in effect acknowledge that it is there in effect. Thankfulness is thus the most powerful statement to God, an affirmation that even before you ask, I have answered. Therefore, never supplicate, appreciate. And the
So
church,
basically, thank God before you get it, and thank Him before you have it already to show appreciation that it's coming to you.
that which
And your
that which
thoughts and your
was already is. That which is already was. So God, I thank you
Mhm.
for the new car that I'm going to receive
Okay.
on Saturday. It's thanking him in advance for that which he's already done. He's already done it. He said, but you can't get it because you're wanting instead of being grateful for that which already is.
Right.
This book is deep. Now listen, I don't want y'all to get this book.
I can't pick up that book right now. My understanding ain't that great right now.
Lord have mercy. I will teach you because this right here, I was like, oh my God. And this book is going to be highlighted by it's going to be deep. This is deep. I can't wait to get to books 3 and 4.
And he said, so the other thing that you said that got my attention was what we think and what we speak needs to be together, line up together. It got to be our reality of what we asking for. We got to believe, we got to think it, but we also got to speak it. Is that what you were saying?
Let me say it again.
Okay, say it again.
Hold on. I'm gonna say it again. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta play. My dog. My kids love me. I love my kids. Hallelujah. God, we thank you for the food. Oh, God, glory, Jesus, hallelujah. Thank you, daughter. Yeah. This is number 2, y'all. Say hi to number 2. Hi. There's Terry,
Hey.
Angela, Quilla. Hi,
And, hi.
Brianna, she had now. She got COVID.
Is this the one here at the baby?
Yeah, this is my second grandson. Yeah.
Oh, that's oh, he's so handsome.
Thank you
He
so
is so
much.
handsome.
Thank you.
Yes, girl.
My
Beautiful
little tater
baby.
tot. Right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, ready?
Mm-hmm.
For your thought about something is creative. You're
Right.
creating the thought. What you're thinking,
Right.
you're creating. Okay. And your word is productive. I am producing that which I am thinking because I'm thinking it and I am speaking it. That's why he said, speak those things that be not as though they were. You are speaking something into existence out of the thought that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, and your thought and your word together are magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. So if you keep
Okay.
thinking negative thought, you will produce negative thought because you speak the negative thought.
True.
Okay. So now we got to get you on the other side. Speak those
Right.
things that be not as though they were. Speak the car into existence. The Mercedes is
Mm-hmm.
outside, it'll tell you
Mm-hmm.
that which you speak, you become.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your word, your thought is creating that which you speak. So when you think it, you speak it. That's why he said, out of the heart of the man flows the issues of life. Because what you're thinking on, you're sitting on, and then you manifest it because you're speaking it. If you keep thinking, oh, poor me, I'm so just, that's what you will become.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Got it?
Got it.
I got it. I got it. I got to change my thought because today I was really like, oh God, why is this happening to me? Why? Why my car? I was gonna get caught up. Oh Lord, man, how am I figure this out? Then I just went to sleep. Is anybody on this?
Yeah, we're here.
Hello? Then I went to sleep. Then I went to sleep. Then I went to sleep. I'm so tired.
What that is, it's called depression. It's sinking you into that place of
I
depression.
think, yeah, but I think I was tired too.
Well, you could have been.
Yeah, I think I was just I think I was just tired. And I just had time to sleep today because I didn't go nowhere. Well, I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I think I was just tired. But I felt like I could go
Oh,
into
fart.
depression.
It's gonna hang up again. If it hangs up, just come back again because I don't know why it's uh,
But yeah, so I think if I didn't get on this tonight, because I was like, I'm finna skip this. I ain't got time. I'm finna just sleep. I want to do this tonight.
aw. All right, it'll probably hang up. So I got 9. Oh wait,
Girls.
what is that? Oh no, it's not. Just stay there. But just keep talking. I hear you.
Oh, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna skip this. I'm not gonna do it. I said I can't do it tonight. I guess I was gonna have a little pity party for my own self. Now that was depression. But Brianna called, you gonna get on? I was like, no, you just get on. Don't worry about me. But I went on and got on.
Yeah, so you can't come into you when you're dwelling in the secret place, you have to make sure that you come, because if you're not coming, what he's saying to you,
Mhm.
what you're telling him is that he's not that important, that your problem is more important than he is. That's what you're telling God.
Well, that ain't like exactly how I was saying. I was saying it, but
He's so sweet.
Well, I mean, in essence, when you were about to make the decision to not come to prayer, that's pretty much what you were saying. Is my problem of me not having a vehicle it outweighs you, God.
but the good thing is he wouldn't let me do it, so it didn't work.
There you have it.
It didn't work because he didn't let me do it. Brianna was like, "Is you gonna get on?" I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on." I said, and then we start talking about the time because our time is different from your time. And then after we start talking about the time, I said, "Well, I'm gonna talk to you later because I ain't feel like talking to her no more, really." Tell her. So I got off the phone with her because I just didn't feel like being bothered.
So you were in essence creating the reality. In that moment, you are creating your thought, then you speak it, and now you just created that whole reality. I didn't say it, God said it. That's what he said. Okay. Your thoughts create the thing that you're manifest. The way we live and how we are, our thoughts are creating that. If we think that we're not worthy of having a good relationship, we will never have a good relationship. If we think that we're not worthy of having a great job, we will never have a great job, because what we think, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's why he said, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read it for you one more again. Okay? One more again.
Mm-hmm.
For your thought about something is creative, and your word is productive. And your thought and your word together are magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. Out of the heart of the man flows the issues of life. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Right.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So now you have to think on these things that are good, lovely. He never said, think on the bad things. Think on the fact that I don't have a car. Think on the fact that my car is gone. He said, don't think on that. But what you told him, now this is where we got in trouble. Because I got in trouble. I believe Tara got in trouble. We all got in trouble. Well, a majority. When we got on, I was deep. I was going. But nobody heard me. Because why? I was so occupied with making sure that I had dinner that my thought wasn't in the prayer. It wasn't in the sincerity of the prayer. It was just because for me in that moment, I felt like I got to do this. Let's get it done. Let's do what we got to do so we can get off so I can cook dinner so I can finish. And he said, oh no, you ain't finna come to me. Not me. You're not about to come to me like that. Period. Hold on, y'all. Hello.
Furthermore, you just look gorgeous.
You talking to
Thank
your
you.
dog?
Yeah, I'm talking to Quilla. She
Huh?
just glowing. I'm talking to Quilla. She just glowing.
Oh yeah.
She just looks beautiful. Well,
It gives me kids. But anyway, it's in that it's like having a relationship, Miss Tangela. You can't come to the relationship and not be present in the relationship. Just because God is there, that doesn't mean you don't need to know who he is to you. Because who he is to me is not who he is to you. And how he works with you is not how he works with me. So every relationship is different because what he said is the formation of who I am. People believe that, oh, well, he works for Tarina and he does this for Tarina. So I'm just going to come the way Tarina comes. You can't come the way I come. My relationship with him is totally different.
And you absolutely right, because I was just thinking too early that it's some people don't come at all and got everything.
Hmm.
I know that is ain't it? That is because sometimes you think like that. You be like, this person
Yeah.
got everything. They don't even think about God.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
My
I'm gonna tell you
gosh.
a saying. My daughter's dad had told me. Couple years. It was years ago, eons, and he was with his wife, and they had just kind of like they were freshly married. And I remember telling him like, "You guys have it good over there. You know, you guys got the two household income, and it's just me." He said, "You don't know what's going on in my house." But the perception to me looks like they got it all going on. You know, they got the car, they got the house, they got this, and there's this poor little old me. I'm over here struggling to take care of these kids. He said, but you don't know what's going on over there. Looks good, doesn't it? But my relationship, that's not what that's not what he wanted. So when we think about those kind of things, Miss Tangela, my relationship with God, it took me a long time to get just here. Okay, just to the place where I understood who he was to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm walking with him, that's why he said, when you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, he said, I'll cover you. But you can't come and just be on the outside looking in saying, well, God, you know, Tarina, she's got a great Tara. They all got great lyrics. He said, well, come on in. Just come on in and talk to me. But we get so busy and occupied cooking chicken, doing all these other things, making our beds, that he said, you don't even want to just sit down and just sit down. Make room for me in your life. There is no room for him. Sometimes we just don't make room, and I'm guilty of it. There were times that I just was like, you know, I'm cleaning up. God, I thank you for the house. I thank you for this. I thank you. And he's like, okay. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing that I want you just to sit down and I want you to get to know me. Know what makes me tick. Know what makes me love you. You know the inner parts of God. Understand how he operates and how he moves. Neil Diamond, in the beginning, he said, when I sat, he wrote, he was just writing, going through a scenario. This is how this book started. He was going through something and he wrote a question. And God said, do you want the answer to the question? And that's how these books came to pass. He asked a question. He wrote down a question, and God said, "Do you want you really want the answer to this question? Whether it be good or bad." God said, "Do you want the answer to the question?" He chastened us today. We out here, I mean, we just willy-nilly just, in the just how we think, but we doing everything else but. Everything else but really being in his presence. Everything but making chicken, meal prepping. I mean, just making beds. We just running around. We just doing everything but sitting with him. That's what he wants. He's been wanting that from you for a long time. Just to come and just sit with me, eat with me. You don't have to eat a physical meal with me, but just eat my word with me. Sit down so I can tell you what I want you to know. Because he told you in Psalm 91, I will help you get around these scenarios, but you don't come to me. I mean, I read it. He said it. Come to me. Where's I got some readers. Hold on. That's what he said. If you stumble, I'll catch you. You'll walk unharmed among lions and snakes and kick young lions. Where is it at? That's right. He rescues you from hidden traps, shields you from deadly hazards. He said his huge outstretched arms protect you. Under them, you're perfectly safe, and his arms fend off all harm. Fear nothing, not wild wolves in the night, not flying arrows in the day, not disease that prowls through darkness, not disaster that erupts at high noon. Even though others succumb all around, drop like flies left and right, Miss Tangela, no harm will even graze you, Tangela. You will stand untouched. Watch it all from a distance. Watch the wicked turn into corpse, Tangela. Yes, because God is your refuge, Tangela. The high God, your own home, your very own home. Evil can't get close to you, Tangela. Harm can't come through the door, Tangela. He orders his angels to guard you wherever you go, Tangela. If you stumble, Tangela, they'll catch you. Their job is to keep you from falling, Angela. You'll walk unharmed among the lions and snakes and kick young lions and serpents from the path. If you hold on to me for dear life, says God, I'll keep you from trouble. I'll keep you out of any trouble. No, wait, I'm sorry. I'm reading this wrong. He said, I'll get you out of any trouble, Tangela. I'll give you the best of care, Tangela, if you only get to know and trust me, Tangela. Call me, Tangela, and I'll answer. Be at your side in bad times, Tangela. I'll rescue you. Then I'll throw you a party, Tangela. I'll give you long life and give you a long drink of salvation, Tangela. That's for you. Okay?
I got it.
I'm there for you, Tangela. So when you're reading the word, put your name in it so that you have the understanding. He said, if I show up the way I show up for Tarina, you be scared. Okay, what I get to see, some eyes are not ready for that. Some ears are not ready for the things that I hear and the things that I see. My life is totally different from y'all because I surrendered to, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Then I need you to teach me what I need to know. Anything that I know, it comes straight from heaven. The books that I read, that came straight from, I was like, oh, that's a good book. But everything in here is just conversations with God. This man is teaching us. He sat down in the midst of his trouble and his turmoil. It starts out that way. And he was writing to God. He was at his lowest of his low. And he wrote a question. And this voice came and said, do you want the answer to the question, Angela? Do you really want the answers to the questions? And he said, yeah, I want the answer. I want to know. And he said, okay, now I'm going to talk to you. So he told you What you think, that's the scripture, what the word gives us. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is you become that which you think. Everything that is in our lives now, we manifested it because of what we think on a subconscious and conscious level, sometimes more subconsciously than not. So when we are here, we have to become the generational curse breakers from the things that our mama has said and the things that grandmama said to mama, things that great grandma said to grandma, all of those people. We have to become those generational curse breakers so we can break the curses.
Mhm.
So if you sit with God, he will tell you what you need to know, the answers to the questions. God, why did this happen? What could I have done to prevent that thing from happening? And I guarantee you, he'll tell you. And when he tells you, that is you saying, okay, now I got it. Because I'm going to tell you, I was the girl that I would go out to the club and I would have to have a new outfit every week. Okay. It was a Wednesday night happy hour. It was ladies' night, Wednesday night. Friday night, well, Thursday night was Thursday. Then Friday night, Saturday, I had to have an outfit for every day. I was making $10 and some change per hour, raising 2 kids and a car payment and rent and public service and a phone bill. How was I doing that? It was because what I was taught. I was taught that I can take my money and do whatever I wanted to do with it because that's what I saw my mama do. And I was losing apartments. I was getting evicted, doing all this stuff. When I got to this place, I said, there will be never none times will I have to pack up again. If I leave here again, and I don't want to say if, the day will come that I leave here, that I will pay somebody to pack up this house and I will move into a new place. But I will not be getting evicted. So I had to learn that I have to sacrifice certain things in order to have the home that I live in right now. Okay, so asking the question. What is the question? Ask the question. He said, if you ask me, I'll answer. I promise you. He said, if you call me. He says it. He's told us this in several other scriptures. If you call me, he said, I'll answer and be at your side in bad times. We could have prevented the problem had we just, okay, guys, so I'm behind on my car payment. That's why I thank you for the money. And it's learning. We have to learn how to speak to him. It's just like our man. We have to learn how to talk to this man. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have to learn how to talk to the man that enters into my world. Learn him. Watch his face. Is that something that'll trigger him? Is that, should I have said that? Learning the relationship with God. Is that something that'll trigger God if I say that? Go with the feeling. He said, your feelings will tell you everything you need to know. But we're so busy. How dare us? And that's for me too. How dare us be so busy that we can't sit with him and get to know him for ourselves. Big Mama, thank you. I remember Big Mama told me, she said, you got to know God for yourself. You can't have everybody else out here trying to teach you who God is. You got to know him for yourself. That's why he said, try me and see. That's in the word. Try me and see. And tell me I won't pour you out windows of blessings. I will pour you out blessings. Tara, come on here and help me. She ain't even on.
I am here.
What you doing?
Eating.
I'm eating my salad. You know, y'all, I'm at 10 o'clock over here.
Oh, sorry.
And
Oh,
I'm
you
eating
eat
fresh
that
salad,
salad
so I
that
didn't
you
want to be
made?
crunching in y'all ear.
Try me and see part one. I'll pour you out.
And God will not pour out the window of heaven and pour out a blessing that you may not have room enough to receive. That's what you're saying?
That scripture right there.
Mm-hmm.
Try me.
I feel like this is Sunday and Wednesday all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get Sunday in, did we?
He said, test me. I'm sorry. Test me. Test me and see. That's Malachi. And in Malachi, it was talking about the offerings. Pula, you look so pretty.
I said the same thing. She looks gorgeous.
Did you do your you did your
Thank
hair?
you. Mm-hmm.
She glowing.
I
She
was
got
gonna
me.
speak on that when Miss Serena was talking earlier. About I can't say the exact words, but how you see me glowing, it's a cover up. Like I've literally been crying, like and hiding it, trying to hide it anyway. So
There's nothing wrong with crying. Crying is a cleansing,
Yeah.
but just don't wallow in the cry.
yeah,
Release it. Why am I crying? Figure that out. Why am I crying? Okay. And then we work through that. Don't just be like, I just am so ugh. No.
That was me early. My God. Jesus. And I
No.
went to sleep. I could cry no more. I'm tired.
yeah. I'll get out of it one day. It happens.
She just
One
told you.
day.
Yeah, she just told you how to get out of it when she told me. We got to go to the place where God tell us to go. Trust me.
So this is this is talking about the master you've been looking for. Malachi 3. Okay. So Malachi is like it said he's sending a messenger on ahead to clear the way for me. Suddenly, out of the blue, the leader you've been looking for will enter his temple. Yes, the messenger of the covenant, the one you've been waiting for. Look, he's on his way. A message from the mouth of God, of the angel of armies. But we're going to go to verse 10, and it says, well, it starts at 8, and it says, begin by being honest. Do honest people rob God? But you rob me day after day. You ask how? How have you robbed me? The tithe and offering, that's how. And now you're under the curse, the whole lot of you, because you're robbing me. Bring me your full tithe to the temple treasury so that you may be ample provision in my temple. Test me in this and see if I don't open up heaven itself to pour you out blessings beyond your wildest dreams. For my part, I will defend you against marauders, protect your wheat fields and vegetable gardens against plunders. The message of God, the angel of armies. Okay, so that is talking about the tithe and the offering, because we hear that in church all the time. Well, a man robbed God. Yes, you rob him in the things that you give to him. When we think about tithe and offering, it's what you offer to God. Okay, it's your money. It's who you do. We robbed him. I robbed him earlier, and I probably was 30 minutes in, maybe 20. I robbed him because I was doing my own thing. We rob God because we don't honor him while we're sitting with him. We rob him of everything that we offer to him. Because he said, give me a tenth of that.
I don't tithe, so that's wrong.
And it's not so much as tithing that way. Now, here's my thing, okay? I tithe to myself, or I give it to my ancestors. I have my altar. The first meal, my kids know, before you make me a plate, before anybody gets a plate, my ancestors will get a plate. They get the first of everything, okay? And then we eat. They get the first cup of coffee in the morning.
So you make a plate and just set it to the side.
I set it at the altar, and I give it to, and just like when we think about Abraham, Abraham, when he was taking Isaac up to the mountain and he seen the ram in the bush, that's an offering. That's what God was telling him. Give me your son. Because technically, Isaac was the firstborn son. of what God told him from him and Sarah. Okay, give me your son back. So Isaac, he's taken Isaac up to the mountain, and you can probably feel in his heart like God is telling me, but I'm gonna honor God because he told me to do this. But then he said, because you are obedient, test me and see. That's what he did. Abraham tested him. Test me and see. And see down, I open up the window of heaven itself, and to open up heaven itself to you and pour out blessings beyond your wildest dream. There's a ram, a whole ram in a bush, and the ram shouldn't even been where it was. When Abraham was going, the ram shouldn't even been there. Okay, so it's honoring God with the first of everything. You get your first paycheck. All right, so here's my check. Before I do anything, God, here's this, and I give that to the ancestors. The first cup of coffee, and even if you don't have money, the monetary part of it, you have to ask God, what do I give? What is it that I'm giving to the ancestors? What am I giving back to you?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's a good question because I'm probably thinking the same thing.
No.
Go ahead and ask it. I don't want to be the
So
only
when you
one.
make breakfast in the morning,
So like whenever you do it, do anybody eat the food afterwards?
throw it away.
What you do with it?
Throw it away. You leave it at the altar until they tell you kind of be like, we're done. They're done with that. You'll hear them tell you, we don't want that no more. That it's done. Your first fruit, my first fruits. So when I go to the grocery store, so when I started, I remember they had told me to go, and I was like, well, what do they want? And the first time I just kind of did it. I just bought all this stuff and I put it at the altar. So the second time, this is how I was tested. I went into the store and I was just buying what I had bought before. I never asked them, what would you like to have? Never asked them that. So when I got my check, my first fruit goes to them. I'm providing for my ancestors. What do they want? So I'm waiting and I didn't hear anything. So I just decided, well, I'll just go and buy them what they had before. And they were like, no.
That ain't what we asked for.
We didn't ask for that. Now, the first time we led you to buy that. The second time, now, because you know we're present, now you need to ask me, what do I want? It's like a relationship. Your man don't want the same thing all the time. He may like it. It may be his favorite, but he may not want that all the time. So I had to sit. I was in the store. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait until y'all tell me what to get. And they said, get some plums. And I was like, it ain't plum season. I'm looking around the store. I was like, there are no plums. But they guided me and they were like, look over there. And I said, oh, well, that looks like a plum. Now, mind you, I scanned the whole perimeter of this casing. I didn't see plums. I came to the other side and I was standing there and I was like, well, I don't know. And my daughter was with me, witness. And I said, well, there's no plums. And I said, there's no plums in here. And I seen something. I said, well, that resembles a plum. So then I go around and I'm led and I'm going around and there's sure as the day is long, plums are sitting right there. Mm-hmm. So they will tell you what they want to eat. They will tell you when they've had enough. You don't want to give them too much because what happens is you'll kind of keep them earthly. You want to just kind of venerate them and just, who's working with me, who ain't. Is it mama and them? Is it grandma? Who is it? Ask them who it is. Just like when Jesus got off the boat and the man with the legion, he asked, who are you? Who is working with me? Because we have to know, because not every ancestor wants to work with you. Not every spirit wants to work with you. Some of them will be there for your demise. So it's a matter of asking. But so when I get my money, my first fruits, goes towards my ancestors. I put that money aside, and then I go to the store and I get them what they ask for. And then
So
dinner.
I heard you say sometimes you give it to yourself and sometimes to your ancestors. So would you ever get that money back from your ancestors if you need it, or like it's just there? Okay.
Because
Are
I've
you trying
offered
to get
that
a
to
loan from the ancestors?
huh?
Huh?
I said she trying to get a loan from the ancestors.
No, I just want to know, just like the food, because like I said, if they're okay, you done had enough. I'm gonna finish it, you know.
They've asked for and I know it was my mom. So my mom asked for one day I was in the store. I heard almonds. I can't eat almonds, but I know who that was. It was my mom. Then they asked for tobacco, and they didn't ask me. They asked my oldest daughter. She said, "Mom, I don't know why they're telling me to get some tobacco." And I was like, "Tobacco?" I was like, My grandma used to use snuff.
That's nasty.
So we had to go to the store and we went and bought the stuff for my grandma because my grandmother told my oldest daughter to go and get it. This is how we know the answers were told my oldest daughter. She said, "Mom, they need some tobacco." And I was like, "Tobacco?" And I had to think like, who? My grandma. My mom likes the almonds. My grandma did the snuff. Coffee is my grandpa. Well, my grandma. So it's like they'll ask you for things and you just put it at the altar. They'll ask you for fruit. So every month I just get them the fruit basket. This month they asked for plantains. I just went to the store like a couple weeks ago. They asked for plantain. I was like, plantain. So I know that was my great grandpa.
I never heard them talk to me, so I don't even know what.
You know
I don't
why?
even know if I'm listening. I don't even know if I can listen that good.
That's the problem.
That is
We
the
show
problem.
up. Well, it's like when we hear the scripture, dwell in the secret place of the Most High. You don't come there. When you come there, you sit on the outside and you never come in to hear me tell you, go and get me some grapes and go get some this and go do this and go do that. You don't hear them because you don't sit with them long enough to understand what they're asking you to do.
Right, I don't.
With me, when you dwell with me, you understand what that is, what that means. When you have a relationship with someone, you understand that, oh, they like this. And God likes for me to pray and open up my mouth. That's the one thing he tells me. I love to hear you. And I used to just be silent because I was like, God, I don't want my kids. And I used to be, and I don't want to say intimidated, but I would just really I wouldn't want my kids to hear me pray. So I would just like, I don't want to pray, and I would do the silent prayer. But he said, I love to hear that sound. I love to hear your voice. So I was like, oh, you love it? Then here we go. Now I'm not ashamed of that. Like I used to be ashamed to pray because I didn't want my kids to think like I was like this, like a holy roller or whatever. I just didn't want to do it. So I was like, I don't want to be praying, but I do it now.
I need to learn to listen. I can pray, ain't got no problem throwing up a prayer. I don't care where. The problem I got, I can't hear nobody. If they did say something to me, I talk too much. I guess they trying to tell me to shut up. But I don't
trying to tell you that when you come, it's like you're hollering. If you think about the secret place and just think about a cave, because when we think about Elisha went into a cave. The prophets had to hide in a cave because people were after them because of the gift that they had. So here's the thing. You have a gift, but you're not coming inside the cave to learn anything. You're on the outside. Okay, so and you're speaking into the cave, and they said, no, well, you got to come in here. That's how the prophets learned. When you read about Elisha went when who was it was after him? Rahab, not Rahab. Was it Rahab? Who was it? She was. What is that woman's name? That was after. She was after Rahab. After Elisha. She was coming after him because of his gift. So Elisha went to this. it was like prophets. All of the prophets would go into this cave, and that's how they learned. And so Elisha went and he hid in the cave, because she was after him. So he had to learn in the cave. So if you don't go in the secret, that's a secret place. You go in the secret place, God will tell you what you need to know. And he will send other people in that secret place with you. This is a secret place. When we came into the secret place, what were we doing?
Everything.
Everything but. And then he muted me to teach me a lesson. How are you trying to focus and do this at the same time? It's not going to work. So when you come to me, you sit down and you wait. God, I'm here. I thank you that you'll show up for me. Being in gratitude, God, I thank you that you're teaching me how to wait for you to show up. The Bible says, what's that scripture that says, write the vision, make it plain, and though it tarry, wait for it. You got to wait for God to show up. Because if you don't wait for him, he's like, well, and in the very moment that you decide to get up is the very moment that he shows up. He just wants to see, will you wait for me? Will you grab a hold of me? Will you hold on to me? Even though you can't see me, Tangela, will you hold on to me? There's that song that says, hold the God's unchanging hand, hold to his hand. That's a God's unchanging hand. That's the little Baptist church. Hold to his hand. God's unchanging hand. What was I looking for?
Build your hope on
Something eternal.
You just
hold to God's unchanging hand. Mm-hmm.
So as we're developed, so I'm not gonna say that.
Listen to the next verse. Trust in him who will not leave you. That's the next verse.
Where are we at?
Remember that part? Trust in him who will not leave you.
Oh, trust in him who will not leave you.
That's a scripture.
That's a song. That's the song.
I thought she was saying that was the scripture.
That's the rest of the song.
Oh.
The ones who don't know it, we gonna get it.
I ain't never tried to learn that song. I feel like I always left out the church on that song.
So as we sit with the Lord, he'll let us know what we need to do. And we'll learn to know how to give tithes to him.
Yes.
Like you do your time that way, but he could be telling me something different a way to tithe.
Yeah. So this is the thing. It says, write what you see. Okay. Remember that what you think produces that which you create.
Right.
So what you see here, write it down. God, I see myself driving in a 2010 Mercedes-Benz GL 450.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you. Because it's outside. Okay. Write it out in big block letters so that you can read it on the run. So as you're doing about your day-to-day, Tangela, so you can read it on the run. The vision message is a witness, Tangela, pointing to what's coming. It aches for the coming, Tangela. It can hardly wait. It doesn't lie. If it seems slow in coming, Tangela, wait. It's on its way. It will come right on time. Okay? Full of self, but the soul is empty. Lord have mercy. That's the Message Bible. But write the vision. That's why I tell y'all, well, my little sticky tabs is gone. Write it down. so that when you see it, you'll be able to run with it. Y'all know how many? Hold on. Let me show you my vision. Hold on. Just show you. Let me just show you what I got. Okay. Write your vision. Make it plain. That when you see it, you'll be able to run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Though it tarry, wait. It's coming. It's on its way. It can't lie. Okay? It won't lie. You got to put it up somewhere so you can see. Mercedes, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second.
What happened?
Oh, no, that's a Range Rover. That's that Range Rover. But anyway, write your vision. Create a vision for yourself. What does it look like? God ain't gonna honor. He's not gonna talk to you because you're not telling him what the desire. You're not telling. You're not casting the vision to him. It's like you get in a secret place and then you just be like, "Well, I'm not gonna even talk. I'm just gonna let everybody else do it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I guess you don't want nothing then."
Oh, go.
All right. So he told me to give you this story. It was back to school shopping, and I took the third baby and the fourth. We went to Walmart. I think I told y'all this story before. We go to Walmart and we're walking down the aisle and I seen this outfit. And I looked at my number 3 and I was like, "Oh, this would be cute. You should like pick out some pants or whatever." But what I told them in the car was, "We are going to get you some panties and some bras and some socks." Remember that? We're not going to get nothing up. We're not veering from the plan. We're going to get panties and socks. Okay. So while we're in the store, number 4 is wandering around the store. She's trying on pants. She is the child that will try. I got to try it on. I got to make, because I know what I want, but I got to try it on to make it look good. So number 3, she got her panties and she got her bra. Well, she got her an outfit. And now she's wandering around the store. She done got her socks. She done got her panties. She done got house shoes. She's just adding stuff to the bag. Just adding stuff to the bag. So number 4, wandering around the store, and I'm looking at her and I'm asking her, "Is this what you want? Do you want this? Do you want that?" Well, number 3 is wandered. She done put stuff in the bag, just putting stuff in the bag. So we get to the checkout, and what it taught me was, even though she didn't ask for it, she just put it in the bag. She just put it in there because she knew I'm gonna get it regardless. So she's just putting it in there. Number 4 is like, "Well, that's not fair. Mom, that's not fair. How come she's getting all this stuff?" And I said, "Well, because she went and got it. She just put it in the basket. It may not seem fair to you because you feel like she should have asked for it, but just go put it in the bag. If there was something that you wanted, don't think that I wasn't going to do it. Yeah, I already said you were going to do this, but it's just put it in there. And if I don't get it, then I just don't get it." Because that's what I told her. I said, "Well, who said she was going to get that? She could put it in the bag or the buggy all she wanted to. But who said she was going to get it?"
Right.
She just believed, "Well, I'm going to get this." She did. She just put it in there. And I'm just scanning away and I'm looking and I said, "Well, what is this?" "Oh, I just need it. Well, I need some more." And so number 4 is complaining. While she's complaining, what could she have done? "Let me go get me some stuff too." Or, "Well, when we're done with this, can I go and get me some stuff too? Can I go get me some more stuff too?" But you know what she did? Instead of doing that, she got an attitude and got mad and didn't ask for anything. So you miss out on your blessing because you're so busy looking at what other people put in a cart And sometimes God may not give them everything that they put in the card. He may not give you everything. I asked for a husband years ago. He ain't get that ain't in my card at this point yet. Not yet. Okay. So I'm looking at everybody. Well, God, to have this one relationship. He says, not your time right now. You got to focus on everything else. There were other things that you needed more than that thing right there. Okay. So rather than me so I could have got an attitude and be like, you always giving other people husbands. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not ready. Thank you. I'm not going to get an attitude and be grudging about it because I could be going to get me something else. Or I could have been like, well, can I have him now? So write your vision, make it plain that when you see it, you'll be able to run with it. Even though it tarries, wait for it.
Wait for it.
Because you may not be ready for that thing right now. You may not be ready for that relationship. You may not be ready for the new job. You may not be ready for the business. You may not be ready for it. But you have to set your mind to say, and remember that it's going to be recorded, so I'm going to send it to you. That which you think, you create. That which you speak becomes the product of that which you spoke, what you thought. So every time you're thinking a thing, it's just manifesting itself into the world. It's just putting itself out there. And the angels are like, she wants to be broke. Okay, well, let's keep her broke. Keep her broke all the time. And that's what they do. Subconsciously, you're probably like, I'll just never have no money. I'll never have no relationship. I'll never have nobody. I'm always being cheated on. They're just like, oh, okay, well, just keep manifesting that thing. She likes that. I'll never have a good job. I'll never have good friendships. I'll never have. He said, okay, well, we're just going to keep giving you that which you keep creating. I have wonderful friendships. I have wonderful relationships. I have a great husband. He is wonderful. He's loving. He's caring. He's kind. He's generous. He's compassionate. He's caring. I have a beautiful home in a beautiful area. I speak that. I don't speak all this other. Well, I wish I had a house.
Oh,
He said, I'm gonna keep giving you the thing that you're asking for. You keep wishing for a house, you're gonna be wishing and a wishing and a wishing. Now I have a beautiful home in a beautiful area. I have a 4-car garage. I have 6 bedrooms. I'm speaking those things that be not as though they were. But this book right here, just the first 10 pages. What is this? What page am I? First 15 pages taught me so much about how I talk to God.
It's those the books you had recommend?
Yeah. And actually, it's the first 10 pages, the first 10.
And Brianna went about. I told Brianna to order us a book.
Yeah.
I'm going to start putting my faith in these kids because they let you down. I know you hear me, girl.
Put your faith in God, not in man.
Give her that scripture, Brianna. Uh-huh.
That's what Brianna said to me. Girl, don't get me started.
So he said, but what if I'm grateful? So this is the one I guess he said, so never supplicate, appreciate. So then Neil Diamond asked him, he said, what if I am grateful to God in advance for something, but it never shows up? That could be a disillusionment and bitterness. Gratitude cannot be used as a tool with which to manipulate God, a device with which to fool the universe. You can't lie to yourself. What God said, you can't lie to yourself, Tangela. God knows the truth of your thoughts, Tara. If you're saying thank you, God, for such and such, all the while being very clear that it isn't there in your present reality, Pula, you can't expect God to be less clear than you. and so produce it for you. Miss Brianna, God knows what you know. I want y'all to listen to what I'm going to tell y'all. He said, God knows what you know, and what you know is what appears in your reality. We can end that right there. I'm going to say it again. God knows what you know, and what you know is what appears as your reality. You want me to say it again? I'm going to say it again. God knows what you know, and what you know is what appears in your reality. So everything you got right now is what you know to be true in current time, in your reality. Son, this book is delicious. So he asked him, but how can I be truly grateful for something I know is not there? He said, faith. The evidence of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Oh, all right. So faith. If you have but the faith of a mustard seed, you shall move mountains. You come to know it is there because I said it's there. Because I said that even before you asked, I shall have answered, because I said and have said it to you in every conceivable way, through every teacher you can name, that whatsoever you shall choose, choosing it in my name, so shall it be. If you ask on anything in my name, that's scripture. Okay. All right. Anyway, Neil says, yet so many people say that their prayers have gone unanswered. This is where it gets juicy. He said, no.
That's true. Let me pick up the phone on that one.
He said, no. No prayer. He said, yet so many people say that their prayers have gone unanswered. He said, no prayer. And a prayer is nothing more than a fervent statement of what is so, goes unanswered. Every prayer, every thought, every statement, every feeling is creative to the degree that it is fervently held as truth. To that degree will it be made manifest in your experience. Come on here, God, and tell us the truth about what we think. He said, when it is said that a prayer has not been answered, what has in actuality happened is that the most fervently held thought, word, or feeling has become operative. Yet, what you must know, and here is the secret, is that always is the thought behind the thought. The thought behind the thought. What might be called a sponsoring thought. That is the controlling thought. If therefore you beg and supplicate, there seems a much smaller chance that you will experience what you think you are choosing, because the sponsoring thought, the subconscious thought behind every supplication is that you don't have what you wish. The sponsoring thought, subconscious thought, becomes your reality. The only sponsoring thought which could override this thought is the thought held in faith that God will grant whatever is asked without fail. Some people have such faith, but very few. The process of prayer becomes much easier when, rather having to believe that God will always say yes to every request, one understands intuitively that the request itself is not necessary. Then the prayer is a prayer of thanksgiving. It is not a request at all, but a statement of gratitude for what is so. God,
Okay, so
hearing and reading of the word. Yes, go ahead.
So break some of that down. So basically, the reason why we don't get what we want, because the fact is we don't have that much faith in what we want.
You don't have faith in the thing that you're praying for.
That could be true. Because you can pray all day long, but if you're not really having the belief in it's gonna really happen, then it won't. It's not delusion, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. So it's like that. There's a scripture that says you pray amiss. You're just praying just because it sounds good, but you're not believing in the thing that you're praying for.
That's true.
Okay. But
I,
here he asks a question. He says, when you say that prayer is a statement of what is so, are you saying that God does nothing? That everything which happens after a prayer is a result of the prayer's action? God says, if you believe that God is some omnipotent being who hears all prayers, says yes to some, no to others, and maybe, but not now to the rest, you are mistaken. By what rule of thumb would God decide? If you believe that God is the creator and decider of all things in your life, you are mistaken. God is the observer, not the creator. And God stands ready to assist you in your living life, but not in the way you might expect. It is not God's function to create or uncreate the circumstances or conditions in your life. God created you in the image and likeness of God. I'm telling you, this book is woo. You have created the rest through the power God has given you. God created the process of life and life itself as you know it. This was the one that I highlighted this. God gave you free choice to do with life as you will. I tell y'all, you are free moral agents. You can do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. But if you think God's going to come in and rescue you because you're doing what you want to do, not going to, and he said it, it's not going to happen. He said, it is the sense your will for you is God's will for you. So you're telling God, this thing that I'm doing, this is good for me. And you're going to go with what I say. God's like, no. You are living your life the way you are living your life. And I have no preference in the matter. So I don't care if you live it this way or that way. You live your life. He said, this is the grand illusion in which you have engaged, that God cares one way or the other what you do. I do not care what you do. And that is hard for you to hear. Yet you do not care what your children do when you send them outside to play. It is a matter of consequences to do whether they play tag or hide and seek or pretend. No, it's not, because you know they are perfectly safe. You have placed them in an environment which you consider friendly and very okay. Of course, you will always hope that they do not hurt themselves. And if they do, you will be right there to help them, heal them, allow them to feel safe again and be happy again, to go and play again another day. But whether they choose hide and seek or pretend will not matter to you the next day either. You will then, of course, which games are dangerous to play. You will tell them, of course, which games are dangerous to play. But you cannot stop your children from doing dangerous things. Not always, not forever, not in every moment from now until death. It is the wise parent who knows this, yet the parent never stops caring about the outcome. It is the dichotomy, not caring deeply about a process, caring deeply about the results that come close to describing the dichotomy of God. Yet God, in a sense, does not even care about the outcome, not the ultimate outcome. This is because the ultimate outcome is assured. And this is the second great illusion of man, that the outcome of life is in doubt. It is this doubt about ultimate outcome that has created your greatest enemy, which is fear. For if you doubt outcome, then you must doubt creator. You must doubt God. And if you doubt God, you must live in fear and guilt all your life. If you doubt God's intentions and God's abilities to produce this ultimate result, then how can you ever relax? How can you ever find peace? Yet God has full power to match intentions with results. You cannot and will not believe in this, even though you claim that God is all powerful. And so you have to create your imagination as power equal to God in order that you may find a way for God's will to be thwarted. And so you have created in your mythology the being you call devil. You have imagined a God at war with this being, thinking that God solves problems the way you do. Finally, you have actually imagined that God could lose this war. All of this violates everything you say you know about God, but it doesn't matter. You live your illusion and thus feel your fear all out of your decision to doubt God. But what if you made a new decision, Tangela? What then would that result be? He said, I tell you this, you would live as a Buddha did, as Jesus did, as did every saint you have ever idolized. As with most of these saints, people would not understand you. And when you tried to explain your sense of peace, your joy in life, your inner ecstasy, they would listen to your words, but not hear them. They would try to repeat your words, but would add to them. They would wonder how you could have what they cannot find. And then they would grow jealous. Soon jealousy would turn to rage. And in their anger, they would try to convince you that it is you who do not understand God. And if they are unsuccessful at tearing you from your joy, they would seek to harm you. So enormous would their rage would be their rage. And when you told them it does not matter, that even death cannot interrupt your joy, nor change your truth, they would surely kill you. Then, when they saw the peace with which you accepted death, they would call you a saint and love you again. For it is the nature of people to love, then destroy, then love again, that which they value most. This book is very, very good, okay? And it's teaching you how to talk to God and how to understand who he is. He is not this being that we've created. He is us. But he says, what you know, I know. So what you know to be true, God knows that to be true. So if you're praying and you think you broke, that's what's going to come.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot to take on. It's a lot to process. I can only speak for me because some people might be at a different level.
But he
For
said,
me,
go ahead.
It's a lot for me because I can only take a little on at a time. I can only take on so much. And then I got to work with that. Then I take on a little more and I have to work. It's just like my growth. I got to start from the bottom, then keep going, keep going. I can't take on everything at once. That's a lot for me.
So remember when we started a year ago?
Yeah.
And they told you to come to class?
Yeah.
You would have been, and I'm not trying to say anything
No.
bad, but you
I
would have
don't
been
think so.
further ahead had you came to class.
Right. So true.
Because if you came to class, then you would gather the understanding and go to the next level and to the next level. But when you weren't doing the work, it was like you were standing outside of the cave and you would never came in to study. You never came in to get an understanding. He's like, how can I help you when you're not even coming into the secret place to get an understanding for yourself and what processes to take place for you? That's why he said, I'm not this. Y'all think I'm a joke. You try to manipulate me when you need me, but when you don't need me, where are you? It's just like the human experience. People only call you when they need you. But when they don't need you, where are they?
Now you can say that again.
So that's how we are with God. You only come to me when you really need me out of desperation. But where are you any other time? You don't
Right.
dwell, you don't come eat with me. You don't come have lunch with me. You don't sit with me and have coffee. You don't have your little beverage with me. You don't just come and just sit with me and be silent. You don't do any of that. It's like being present with me. Like I like quality time. So my love language is quality time and gifts. So you can come and bring me a gift and then we can just sit in silence. As long as I know when I look over, you're there and we're good. I like maybe a little touch here and there, but just being with me, just be silent. Just come in here, bring me my food. And if you want to sit, we can just sit here and we can be silent to the lambs. But that person that would do that would know me in that way. So when you come to God, God, here I am. It's me, Tangela. I'm here. I'm new to this. I don't know how to come to you, but here I'm here, God. So I would like for you to come and sit with me and talk with me. That means making a plate and just, God, I made you a plate. I made you some coffee this morning, God. I don't know. I'm just here. It's being vulnerable with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because
Okay.
when you should have came to class, you were ditching.
Right. I
You
feel
did
so tired, Jesus. I need strength.
you was ditching.
Yeah, it was, bitch. But so I'm glad you read the book to us. We ain't got the book.
Uh-huh.
You can't receive it written no way, the way I am. It's gonna take a lot of work. Jesus.
It's not gonna take a lot of work. Okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I promise you, you'll be all right. All right, ladies. Uh-oh, what is that?
Now I didn't get the group text. What was going on with the group text? Did I miss something? I think I missed one of the things.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your mule.